Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather McCarthy. If you are new here, I am the stay-at-home mom slash homeschool teacher to a 3-year-old little girl named Madison. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how we redid her bedroom to make it work for a big girl. So as I said, my daughter just had her 3rd birthday. It was actually in February. I'm just really slow with doing this. But she turned 3 and we decided to redo her bedroom and give her a big girl bed. We got rid of the toddler bed and got her a full-sized bed. So today I'm just going to take you around her room and show you the things that we changed. If you've been around my channel for a while, you're probably going, just by looking at the background, that is not your daughter's bedroom. And you would be right. This used to be our guest room. I have filmed in here before, a couple hauls and stuff. This used to be our guest room, and when we redid her room and we redid our playroom, we thought this room was bigger, which actually it is not. It is the exact same amount of square feet, but it is laid out better. So we moved her room into the guest room and put the guest room in the playroom. We have a pull-out couch in the playroom. So we redid this room completely. The walls are still the same color. We added, okay, let's go in order. The first thing that we did was obviously transform her bed into a full-size bed. My parents were kind enough to buy her bedding for her birthday. So everything I can find, I will link down below. I'm not exactly sure where they got it, but I will try to find it. I do know the brand name. But her crib transformed from a crib all the way to a full-size bed. And I will say, budget-wise, that was one of the best decisions we made when she was a baby. Because we haven't had to buy a new bed frame at all. We didn't have to buy a toddler bed like a lot of people do. We didn't have to buy a big girl bed. We bought a crib, or we got a crib for her baby shower, and it has completely converted until now. And this will probably be her bed until she moves out of our house. So all we do is buy a mattress, and as I said, my parents gifted us the bedding. After that, the next thing that we changed is actually this wallpaper. This is a peel and stick wallpaper from Target, and I love it. We almost murdered each other trying to put it in. It was certainly not an easy feat to install, especially on a wall this big. I don't know if you can tell, but this is kind of, I think it was a 10-foot wall. Like, it's kind of giant. So we almost killed each other, but we did get it done in only one day. And a little tip, I know I've seen a lot of people ask about peel and stick wallpaper on a textured wall. We do live in North Florida and we do have textured walls. So I went over this with a tennis ball. As we were putting it up, I was just going over it like this with a tennis ball to make sure it was really stuck in all the little nooks and crannies. And it has held up really well. It's been up since February and not a single piece has fallen. Not a single piece has peeled, nothing. So I really I recommend this wallpaper if you are looking for a peel and stick wallpaper. It is the Opal House brand from Target. Yeah, it worked really well for us. Next to her bed, we just put her little side table. And this is the first time I've really had her side table accessible to her. When we had a toddler bed, I had it at the foot of the bed where she couldn't really just like reach out of bed and reach it. Now it's actually acting as a side table. I'm sorry if you're seeing my light flicker. I don't know why my lights are flickering. Hopefully we don't lose power. But it's the first time it's functioned as a side table. So the only thing we have on here is this XOXO sign that I got when she was a baby at Hobby Lobby. Highly doubt they still sell it. Like I said, it's 3.5 years old at this point. And her dome noisemaker, she still uses that every night. She now turns it on and adjusts the volume for herself, which is really cool. I like having it accessible. She also likes to put a cup of water on her bedside table at night, where she'll put her slippers there so she can find them in the morning. She's really into slippers lately. So we put that right next to her bed. And beside that, we have her doll's bed. So this is just a little canopy bed that we got for her Bitsy Baby American Girl doll. She's had it for years. She got it for Christmas a couple years ago. and she puts her baby to bed in the little canopy bed every night. And then continuing around the room, you're gonna come to another big, used to be empty wall. And here we hung 4 pictures. We've had these 4 frames since before she was born. I bought them to do her nursery 4 years ago, like literally probably almost 4 years ago. We have replaced the pictures, which is one reason why I always advocate for frames over canvases or anything else that's like printed on. I love frames because I like to change out my pictures. We have changed these frames 3 times now. We had little like forest animals when I did her nursery. We had Minnie Mouse when I did her toddler room. And now we have Disney princesses because that's her new obsession, Disney princesses. So we have Disney princess pictures in there now. I will link those down below. They are off Etsy. They are just printables. I think I paid like $15 for the 4 printables. Maybe not even that. I might be exaggerating. But I just ordered them and had them printed at Walgreens, super cheap. There's always a half price coupon, and put them in the frames. And that's what I do all around my house. If you've seen any of my other home tour videos, you've seen the frames in my hallway. I have the 9 big white frames. I do the exact same thing. I just change out those pictures with new ones and have them printed at Walgreens. So that is probably my biggest budget tip, so that you don't have to change decor all the time. You don't have to always buy new canvases or buy new printed pictures on like glass or whatever. Buy frames, buy them at Hobby Lobby, buy decent ones. Hobby Lobby, Michael's, mine in the hallway are from IKEA. Buy decent frames that you know will survive the test of time, and change out the prints once in a while. And then you're not always having to buy new full wall decor. Below those 4 frames, we have a little shelf. And I actually saw this on Caitlin Nier's channel when she did Scarlett's new room. And I went and bought the exact same shelf. I cannot remember the name of the shop, but I will link it in the description box down below. Now, I did order this solid pine. It was solid wood because the way I wanted it painted, she was going to charge me a lot to do it. I wanted the actual shelf part to be white and the dowel rod in the middle to be natural wood. To do that, she was going to charge me an extra $30 or $40 on top of what I already paid for the shelf. So I said, no, just hand it to me like natural, all natural wood, and then I painted it myself. I just used chalk paint and I waxed it at the end and just painted what I wanted white myself. So on top of that, we always keep our read aloud book, which if you see any of my homeschool hauls, we are starting to really start doing read alouds. Right now, we are reading the book Hooper. Sorry, I had to read it. Hooper Finds a Family, which is all about a dog during Hurricane Katrina who got lost. He got left in the backyard and survived Hurricane Katrina and then found a new family and ends up in New York. It's a really good story. I've had to censor bits and pieces of it because some of the language is not appropriate. So one thing I will say, if you're looking at this for your kid, don't just hand it to your kid to read because some of the language goes like, wow. But we have that read aloud on her shelf right now. And I also decorate this shelf seasonally, or I plan to. Recently decorated for fall. That video will be out next. My fall home tour will be on Tuesday. I'm just waiting for a couple more pieces to come in from Target, and then I'll have that ready to go. But we already decorated this for fall, so I'll tell you where I got her stuff from. We just have this little unicorn princess thing that was actually in a boo basket that we got last year. Our neighborhood boos each other. So that was in one of our boo baskets, and I don't know where it's from. I'm guessing Target. I can actually probably look at the tag. I think it's from Target. And if I can find it again this year, I'll link it down below. And then the other thing we have is the little candy skull dog, which I got her last year at Michael's because she told me it looked like our dog Cassie. She thought it looks like our beagle. So I put those 2 there because I just pulled them out as I was decorating for fall and thought they'd be perfect. I knew I wanted the dog in her room, and she's had the unicorn in her room. On the dowel rack, we have all of her Disney princess dresses. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 princess dresses, and I just hung these. I got wooden hangers and just hung them there. I like the way they hang. I hung them kind of in like length order. So the longest is in the back and the shortest one's in the front. And they just hang there. She wears them as she wants to. You know, I put them in them as she wants to wear them. They're not like just for display or anything. But we do have that there. Moving on down that wall, we have a new bookcase. We bought an IKEA Billy bookcase for this room. We also have one in our office. But we bought another one to put in here because her books were just kind of exploding. I had the little IKEA spice racks in our playroom, but they were not holding all of her books. And at the end of last school year, I had all the books from last year that we wanted to keep. And I didn't know where to put them. They didn't fit on that bookshelf because I had to put the books for this year. And they didn't fit on her bookshelf in the playroom because it was tiny and kind of baby-like. So we ended up getting this one, the Billy bookcase, for in here. It's still a work in progress. I'm still filling it up. I'm still finding books everywhere. I need to go through the ones in my closet and get out her seasonal books because they're all just going to live on here now. I'm not going to rotate them seasonally. They're just going to be here and she can read what she wants to read. So that is that. I will link the book stops down below. They are so far holding up really well. They are just pastel rainbow bookends, but they aren't like falling over with the weight of the books, which I've had an issue with a lot of other bookends. So I will link those down below. Moving the rest of the way around her room, we're now on this wall directly behind me. We got a little white and peach basket for her stuffed animals. There was something else that was just always exploding that was really annoying me in her toddler room. Was there were always either stuffed animals all over her bed and you couldn't see her bed, or there were stuffed animals all over the floor and you couldn't see the floor. So we got this basket from Target, actually just a few weeks ago. This was kind of like the last piece of this room to come together. And there we put all of her stuffed animals, and when we make her bed in the morning, she sleeps with all of the elephants. Like 500 elephants sleep in her bed with her. She's obsessed. But in the morning when we're making her bed, her elephants also go in that little basket. So all of her stuffed animals are kind of just contained. And I love it that way. I will link the basket down below. It's just Pillow Fort brand, I think, from Target. Super convenient, super accessible, but it's working really well for what we need. I do wish it was a smidge bigger, but I could also probably clean out her stuffed animals. And then we just have her dresser. We have had her dresser since she was born. It matches her bed crib convertible thing. So we've had that forever. We finally took the diaper changing pad off the top because we're pretty much potty trained. Like, she's sleeping in diapers, but that's it. And on the top of her dresser, some things that we've added are an okay to wake clock, which if you are having a hard time with your kid waking up too early, because we were having this issue. She was waking up at like 4:30 or 5 in the morning, and I don't like 4:30 or 5 in the morning, and I don't like looking at a toddler at 4:30 in the morning. Let's just be honest. So we got her this okay to wake clock, and we set it so that it turns green when we're kind of okay with her getting up, which in our house is 7:30. So it turns green at 7:30 and she knows it's okay to wake up. I love this. It's helped her learn the concept of time and so well. It turns blue at night and she'll actually come in here and be like, oh, hey mom, it's time to go to bed. If I'm still doing dishes or whatever and the clock is blue, she'll come get me because the light turns on at 7, it turns blue, and at 7:30 it goes dark. So 7 o'clock, she knows we need to be in here doing our nighttime routine, and by 7:30 she needs to be asleep. So it works for that. And then it turns yellow half an hour before it's okay to wake up. So at 7, it turns yellow, and at 7:30 it turns green. And when it's yellow, we kind of say, okay, it's okay to play in here quietly. You know, if you wake up, you don't need to try to force yourself back to sleep like you would if it was black. You don't have to, you know, you can sit here and play with your elephants. You can sit here and play with your stuffed animals. You can get a book. You can sit here and chill until the light turns green. Then you can come get mommy or call mommy, preferably call. I don't like when she ends up in my room. I don't like it. She scares me. Also on top of there, we have her diffuser, which we do use at night. We diffuse lavender in here. We have her shoe bucket, which is just a peg basket full of shoes. And we have her hair bows. I want to find a better way to display those. I've been on the hunt for something that isn't crazy expensive. I might do a DIY in the near future. I think I found what I want to do, but DIYing it kind of scares me. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. I'm going to be doing a bow display probably to hang behind her door instead of having them all in a basket on the top of her drawer, because I feel like we never look at them. But yeah, other than that, the only other thing on there is the camera. We do still use a baby monitor type of thing. We use a Ring camera in here that connects to our phone so that we can just see what she's doing. Even if she's like in here crying, we'll look at that and see like, is she hurt? Is she just being whiny? Because one thing I've learned is I don't run in here every time she whimpers. I'll look on the camera and see if she's just like gonna roll over and fall back asleep, because sometimes she will, or if she actually needs us. We do still have her camera in here. Above her dresser, you see this sign up here. It just says her name, Madison. I had that made when she was an embryo. It was in her nursery and it just still lives up there. I might move that to over her bed. It used to be over her toddler bed over there. That's why it's over there. It was over her toddler bed and it made sense. So we might move it to being over her bed and do something else, do a mirror over there, but not there yet. I'm not into spending money on a mirror yet. Like, she can't see in it anyway. But that is this room. The only other thing that I'm really not showing you, because it is messy, is her closet. We do still have a diaper pail in there. We have a 6-cube organizer. Pretty much it. It's just some storage. It's a closet. But that is it for this bedroom tour. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this. Got some ideas on how to decorate your big girl, toddler, not toddler. I don't know. She tells me she's a big girl now. On decorating your big girl's bed. Give this a thumbs up if you like these more home decor, homemaking type of videos, because I think I might be steering back that way. And comment down below. Introduce yourself if you are new. I would love to get to know you. And tell me, how do you decorate your kids' room? And do you make them keep it clean, or do you kind of not care? I'm actually really curious. I was raised being forced to clean my room, which I feel like a lot of people are. And I hated it, and I shoved everything under the bed, and I kind of BS'd my way through it. But now my bedroom is messy, the rest of my house is clean. So I'm really curious, do you all force your kids to clean their room every day or every week or what? Comment down below and let me know. And I will see you in my next video on Tuesday, which, as I said, will be that fall home tour. We'll probably come back in this room a little bit, but you get to see the rest of my house too. But I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.